So this morning, in place of a traditional story, I've been thinking about experimenting with a few things, and this is one of the manifestations of my experimenting thoughts. I have invited Joyce Axelson-Lorch to offer a brief reflection. My colleague in St. Pete has been telling me for years now that they have a piece in their service called A View from the Pew, where people in the congregation get to offer a reflection on the theme of the worship service. And so I have invited Joyce to share a few words with us this morning on gratitude.
Good morning. Thank you for having me share on gratitude. There are so many definitions and interpretations of gratitude. It can be a noun or a verb, as well as an adverb. For me personally, gratitude is a state of mind, a way of being. I began to practice gratitude almost 50 years ago with a daily list of what I was grateful for. Gratitude brought me to living a life as a glass half full rather than a glass half empty. Sometimes I have an overwhelming sense and feeling of deep gratitude rising from deep within myself. Sometimes a thought will bring forth an exclamation of gratitude. I learned somewhere in my journey of life that I could develop an attitude of gratitude by practicing it before, during, and following challenging inconveniences of life, or in the midst of a deep personal wound or world situation. Having a practice of gratitude has trained my mind to see different perspectives of the same events, and has certainly eased my body, mind, and spirit during past and present political upheavals. It has provided me with strength, courage, and conviction, as well as a softening of my heart center. As I become aware in the present moment, this present moment, of someone, something, someplace, a piece of music, a spot in nature, I am overwhelmed with the bubbling up of joy from within. Recently, my honey had a medical emergency, one of those inconvenient situations that startle and shake up one's peaceful state of being. I credit my gratitude practice for keeping me in the moment, peaceful and able to respond to this situation. I became grateful for the EMTs who arrived and gently lifted him out of bed, put him onto a stretcher, and carried him to the ambulance. I was immediately grateful that whatever was happening in that moment was being tended to. When I arrived in the emergency room, the medical team had already ruled out heart or stroke and had him hooked up to IVs, monitors, and were in the process of preparing blood transfusions to address an internal bleed. I let gratitude guide me as the doctor who performed an endoscopy explained that he couldn't complete that procedure because he had nicked an artery and my husband began to bleed out. I am so thankful that he was able to stop that bleed. Instead of complaining about the walk from my car to the hospital door and back twice a day, I became grateful that I can walk comfortably and shifted my focus to the green grass and noticed trees gently swaying with the breeze of warm air. and the playful squirrels darting by and listening to the birds singing. I'm grateful for the generosity of this congregation in maintaining and sustaining a peaceful presence in the community. I'm extremely grateful for this building that provides a quiet, peaceful space for a meditation group, along with being so grateful for all who choose to meditate in a group setting. I'm grateful for all members who generously give their time, their resources, their love, and so much that contributes to the vitality of the congregation. I'm grateful to the Board of Trustees for their generosity of time, energy, and talents, and so much more. I'm extremely grateful for our minister, Reverend Christina, whose sermons constantly inspire my internal growth and stimulate my brain with the intellectual depth of her work. Reverend Christina's initiative and creativity, along with her passion in delivering her sermons and experimenting with new ideas to pique her curiosity, brings me great joy and deep gratitude. Thank you, Reverend Christina. Gratitude is the foundation of my meditation practice and has gifted me with the awareness of being loved and cherished, and of a deep awareness of a power within me and outside of myself that guides me and loves me and has a much better plan for me than I do. Thank you for listening.
So much, Joyce. Thank you so much, Joyce.